Nice. And you interviewed a lot of people, right?
I
For your
did.
book.
Initially, it was just proof of concept. I wanted to see if my experience was unique to me, but repeatedly, as I talked to people, the same types of stories and experiences, and people opened up their hearts to me. It was a privileged conversation that I had. And it's why in my book, I talk about the stages of grief, right? What happens when a company that you have identified with, that you may have been with for a while, you were part of contributing to their best practices.
Sure.
It's changing and you don't know what it's changing into. You grieve the loss of that company because now the future that you had anticipated is in doubt. And I talk about that. And that, I would have to say that section in particular, particularly during the pandemic, I had more people reach out to me about that aspect of the book because they said it actually helped them through,
Sure.
the uncertainty
Well,
of the pandemic.
people don't think about the grief process. Like you said, when I worked with one company who had acquired several different smaller businesses, the first thing they do is come in and take away all the logos and all the branding and repaint. And now you are part of our team without giving the people a chance to kind of get over that grief. This company I worked for, dedicated my life to, is now gone, defunct. Everything is wiped out, brand new colors, brand new logos and everything. And that can be tough for some people.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm very thankful. One CEO in particular, who I was talking to for my book, his mother was a grief counselor. And I was describing something to him. He'd mentioned, I forgot what his comment was, but he said, well, it's interesting. My mother's a grief counselor. And he said, I realized that my workforce was going through the stages of grief.
Yeah.
And I realized that I had an epiphany moment. I said, that's exactly how it feels, right? You tend to focus a lot on the change curve or the S curve when you're talking about the path. Right. But I felt that the stages of grief was a much better description of how a workforce can feel when so much change is happening and they don't know what the future looks like. Sure. For grief counselors, they call it ambiguous loss.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing's happened.
Right.
But it's what you had imagined your future to be.
Yeah.